In this video, we are going to take a look at how we can show YouTube feed on our WordPress website. So if you want to get some more views on your YouTube video from your website, then this video is for you. And in order to show this YouTube video feed, we are going to use the YouTube feed option in the Plus Addons for Gutenberg. And with that, we will be able to show YouTube feeds in form of a carousel like this. Or maybe in form of a simple grid like this one. So if that sounds interesting and you also want to show your YouTube videos on your WordPress website, then hop in and I'll show you everything step by step. My name is Ankit Sharma from the team POSIMYTH, and if you want to deep dive in the world of WordPress using Gutenberg, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. So let's dive in our WordPress backend and see how we can show this YouTube feed. So here we are in our WordPress backend, and if we go in the plugin section, here we have the Plus Addons for Block Editor free as well as the Pro version. And once we have both of these plugins installed and activated, we can now go to Plus Settings and then go to Plus Blocks, and here we will search for Social Feed, and this is the social feed block that we are going to use to get our YouTube video feed on our WordPress website. Now as you can see, it's part of the Pro plan of this plugin, so make sure you have the Pro plan installed and activated. And once you do that, just go ahead and turn on this block from here and then click on Save. And now we are ready to use this block, and let's go ahead and create a page where we can add this social feed. So here we have a sample page. We have just added few elements here. So here just below this heading, we are going to add a new block, and we are going to search for social feed. So this is the TP social feed block. Let's add it here. And now we just go to the right hand side, and here we have the content feed. We have an option for grid, missionary or carousel, and after this we have some style options. So we are going to cover all that once we have a feed showing up here. And for that we need to scroll down a little bit and go to this content section. Right now it is set to Facebook. Here we need to change this to YouTube. And now as you can see, here we have Instagram, Twitter and Vimeo as well. So you can use this to get feed from all these social media platforms. And we are going to cover all of them in a separate video and then create a playlist that we will link in the I button above and the video description below. So for this one, we are going to select YouTube, and in order to show videos here in this field, we need an access token. And how to generate this access token for YouTube? We need to visit the developer account of Google. So you can go to that URL by using this link here. So let's open this in a new tab. Or maybe you can directly type in console.cloud.google.com. So this might be a very long URL, so you can use this link here in the notes. So now once you are in the Google Cloud platform, you can go to the dashboard. And here in this drop down area, we are going to create a new project. Let's click here. So we are going to give it a sample name like this, and let's click on create. And now our project is created. We can now go to this project by this option from the notification, or we can directly use this drop down here and click on our project name here. And once we are in the dashboard of our project, we can now go to this hamburger icon here, and then we need to click on API and services. And here we need to click on enable APIs and services. And from this API library, we need to search for YouTube. And this is the YouTube Data API version 3. That is the latest version we are going to use. So let's click on this and then click on enable. Now in order to use this API, we need to create some credentials. So let's click on this credential option here and then click on create credentials and then click on API key. So here is our API key. Let's copy this and let's keep this in a safe place. Let's close this box. And now we need to restrict the use of this API key. So for that, we need to click on this API key here. And then we can also give it a name, something like that. And here we need to use restrict key option. And from this APIs, we need to select the YouTube Data API v3 that we have enabled few minutes back and then click on OK. And now let's save this. And now our API and the credentials are complete. And now with this, we are done with the hard lifting part, that is the technical stuff. So let's come back here in our WordPress editor, and here we have an option for access token. And here we are going to paste the access token that we just got from the Google Cloud Console. So let's paste it here. And now as soon as we paste the token here, you can see we have some random posts showing up and we can configure them by using these options. So here we have YouTube type and here we have user feed, channel, playlist and search. So let's cover each of them one by one. So let's say we first select user feed and here we can enter the username of a YouTube channel. Let's say we enter Marvel. So now you see that we have feed from the Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel. And just like that, maybe we can enter Amazon. So now we can see the feed from the Amazon YouTube channel. And below this we have video order. So you can order them by date, title, rating, relevance, view count. So all these options are available. You can use them as per your requirement. After this, we have the thumbnail size. So you can choose whatever size of thumbnail you want. After this, we have category for filter. So here we are showing the feed from a particular YouTube channel. Let's say you want to show feed from more than one YouTube channel. So all you have to do is just duplicate this YouTube content here and then just change the username. And once you add these multiple YouTube channel feed, or not just YouTube channel, you can create multiple feeds using all these social media platforms. So let's say you want to show feed from your own multiple social media network like your YouTube channel or maybe your Facebook page or your Twitter and Instagram. So you want to show all these social feeds on one single page. So you can do that as well. And once you have that multiple feed, you can give the category name here and then you can have the filter to see one feed at a time. And this is how multi-social feed looks like. So here we have Twitter, we have Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook. So these tabs that you see on the top, these are the category text that we enter here. And then we can use this category title as filter. Now apart from user feed, we can use channel. And here we need to enter the channel ID. So in order to get this channel ID, you need to visit any YouTube channel. And most of the time you will see the channel ID on the top with some random characters. But if you don't see that, you only see the YouTube username on the top, you can go ahead and install a Chrome extension. And the name of the extension is Social Blade. So this is the extension from the Social Blade website. I'm sure you must have heard about it for getting the analytics of any YouTube channel. And once you install this Chrome extension, you can go on to any YouTube channel page. And here, if you scroll down a little bit, you will get the channel ID right here. So you can copy this from here. And now we can just paste it here. So here is the YouTube feed of our own POSIMYTH channel showing here on our website. So this is how we can fetch the feed from any YouTube channel with the channel ID. After channel, we have playlist. So now we need to enter a playlist ID as well. So for that, you need to go to any YouTube channel page, go to the playlist section of that channel. Let's say we click on this. So let's say we use this playlist, and here in the URL we can see the playlist ID. So let's copy everything after this equal to sign and then we can paste it here. So now you see we have all the videos in that particular playlist. In the same way, we can use search term as well. So you can enter the search term here and then it will fetch the complete feed here. So let's say we enter WordPress. So here you see the video feed with the WordPress keyword. So let's go back to channel and here we will see our own channel feed. Now let's update this page and see how it looks in the front end. So here we have our header and just below this we have our YouTube channel feed. Now by default this is in the grid format. If we come back here, on the very top we can change this to masonry or maybe we can choose carousel. So we can create a beautiful slider for our YouTube video feed. And again we can choose different formats from here. But I prefer the first one the most, so we will go with that. Now after this we have some options below this. So here we have the social feed option. So here we have the backend on or off. If we turn this off, we won't be able to see any preview here. And below this we have maximum post. So it's going to fetch 100 posts from the feed. So it's going to show 100 posts maximum. And after this we have media filter, which is right now set to default. So for YouTube we will definitely need to set it on default so that we can see everything here. After this we have show title. So if we turn this on, we will be able to see the title of the video. Below this we have display and exclude. So let me just first turn this back into a grid format. And now for this display ID and exclude, if we turn this on, here if you notice we have some characters added here, which is the ID assigned to each and every post. So let's say we don't want to show this post here. So all we need to do is copy the ID from here, then just paste it here. And if we update this page and go to the front end, now you see that the second video is not showing anymore. So you can use this option to add as many IDs as here and then hide that post from your feed. So right now we will just turn this off so that we can see every post in the feed. Below this we have filters and this is the category wise filter. If we turn this on, here we right now see all because we only have one feed here. But if we add multiple feeds, then we will be able to see something like this. So that's how you can give a category name here and then turn the filter option on to add filter on the top of your feed. And we can align this to left, center and right. And after this we have load more or lazy load. So by default it's showing 6 posts here. And if we want to load more posts, we can either use load more button or maybe we can use lazy load like this. And if in case we use any of these options, we can customize the text as well. Below this we have column manager. Right now it is set to 3 column. And again we can change this to any number as we want. But right now 3 column layout looks perfectly fine. So we will leave it as it is. We can increase or decrease this column gap as well. And after that we have extra option. So here the first thing is refresh time, which is by default set to 1 hour. So I would prefer to turn this to 1 day because we don't want to stress too much on our API and the website server so that we don't have to send request of new updates after every 1 hour. I think a refresh rate of 1 day is good enough. After this we have text limit. So here for the description we can set the limit on characters or word. So right now if we choose by word, we can choose maybe 4 words and then we have 3 dots and show more. So we can customize this text instead of show more. Maybe we can just add more. And after this we have an option to turn on or off these dots. And for the next option we have on click. So what should be the action when someone clicks on any of this post? So right now it is set to do nothing. We can set it to go to website so that people can go to the YouTube channel on that particular video, or they can open a fancy box. So let's update this here and see how it looks in the front end. And here if we click on this post here, So now you see we have a pop-up of YouTube video, and you can use these arrow keys to scroll through our post feed. And after this we have curl SSL verify peer. So this is a very important option. Now by default the connection between our website and the Google server via our API is very secure. But there are various servers who do not allow a very secure connection. Like if you are setting up this website on your local host, that actually doesn't allow very secure connections using API. So in that case, if you are using a local host to create this web page using this social feed, or maybe any hosting server which do not allow very secure connection, in that case you can turn this option off. But we would highly prefer that you keep this option on to have a secure connection. After this we have performance, and this option is actually the hero of this entire social feed block. Now when we have API connected to our social media platforms and they are constantly fetching the details and how the feed will look like, and every time a user visits on a web page, this might act as a burden on your web server and your page might get slow. So in order to optimize the loading speed of your page, you can turn this performance option on. Now once you turn this option on, all the feed information that we have here is going to be saved in the database as a transient, and whenever any visitor visits the page, it's going to first load the information from the database itself. But just in case you do any editing here in the social feed, like you change the limit or you change the refresh time or anything from here, in that case you need to first turn this performance off, then delete all the transients so that we can clear the database, and then you need to turn back this performance option on so that the new information gets saved in the database transient. So this option is going to help you a lot for getting a good speed on your page where you are showing this social feed. Alright, so now we can move on to the style tab, and here first option is universal. That is, the styling we do here will be applicable on this social feed block. So along with YouTube, if you are using any other social media feed, using this universal section style, you will be able to style all of them using this universal option. Like if you want to change the description typography, you can do that from here. So here we can change the description. Or maybe if you want to change the styling of the title, you can do that from here. So this is going to be applied on all the feeds that you are showing here. In the same way, we have styling for our fancy box. So you can define the styling for that as well. Or just in case you want to have different style for different social media feed, you can do the styling of each one of them using this option. So for Facebook, you can have all the things styled from here. And just like that for Vimeo, you can do that from here. So all of them can be customized individually as well. And once we are done with all the styling, this is how our feed will look like. So this is how easy it is to get our YouTube video feed on our WordPress website. And not just YouTube, if you want to learn how you can show feed from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or Vimeo, make sure you check our complete playlist. We will link that in the I button above and the video description below. So if you like this video, then make sure you hit the like button and share this video with your friends and community. So that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.